Stay up here. Stay. So things fell off twice. It's not that windy out here. Feels fantastic. God, this weather's amazing. I didn't de-mushroom my yard. Didn't need to make a salad last night. Oop. Oop, got too much stuff on the screen. Oop. Clear. Close all. Bye-bye. Clear. That's one thing. I wish there was an option on Android. You just hit a button, close everything, get back to 0, clean the memory out, get all the shit off. Way too many buttons to click. I don't know if iOS is any better. That's a little smeary, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's dirty. This is the raw reel for sure. I can't get my shit together. Still smeary. What the fuck? Be that parrot on that meme. What the fuck? God damn it. I gotta go, man. I can't deal with this shit. Come on. Clean, you little biatch. This phone has served me pretty well. I've had it for 3 years now. Going on 3. I had one before the 23 Cannonball, and it got damaged, so I got another one of the same. Just replaced out. Oh, hey, that's better. Look at that. No glare. Spank you very much. Doink. Yeah. Now the glare's back. Tall profile. Let's try this. Much better. Alright. Get my shit in gear. Gotta go. Buddy's waiting for me for breakfast. Ugh. A little hard start, but it cranked over. This bike has always been so good at, just hit the starter and just dick, and that's it. I mean, it barely gets one rotation over before it fires. It's amazing. But lately, it seems to be having some trouble. Maybe I need to run a real thick, high concentration of Techron through it or something, clean out the injectors. I don't know. Unknown. I do run cheap gas in most of my bikes, because they don't really need the high compression, or the high octane rather. They're not high compression, but high grade fuels, premium, super, whatever you want to call it, tend to have better additive packages. But you're paying for it, man. Good God, are you paying for it? It's 50 cents a gallon more expensive. That adds up, man. That adds up a lot. Welcome to Thursday. I didn't do my weather report. Should have. It's nice out here. We woke up to like 53 degrees here in Katy this morning. And let's see if I can pull up the weather report at a stop. It's fantastic out here. Humidity is a little high in the morning like this, but it's just, the temperature is amazing. Clear skies, light breeze. We don't get this in Houston very often or very long. I love it. This is California weather right here. California's a little drier though. Yeah. Breezes are always going the other direction for the predominance of the time. A little bit drier air. Toilet bowl weather down here in the Gulf of Mexico. We just get all this thick, humid, soupy air currents that bring all the humidity right up into the Houston area and all through the coast of the Gulf down here, and it's just blah. It's always blah. I remember the first time I came to Houston way back in 94, 95 to do some contract work, and my first impression was, holy shit, who wants to live here? This sucks. Here I am 30 years later living here. Been here for 20 plus. That's where the money is. Ooh, I'm going. Whee! I cleaned my visor. Oh my God, I can see through it. It's amazing. Plastic visors always attract so much grime and, you know, filmy, dirty crap. Part of it's my fault. I keep my helmet in my kitchen / living area, and if you cook anything, especially fried anything, all the evaporated, aerosolized oils stick to plastics, you know, glass too, but really to plastics. So my son was cooking pasta last night, and I went to, oh, hey, this guy's changing. Okay, nice turn, dumb. My son was cooking the pasta last night, and I had my helmet sitting in the kitchen there, and woo, went to put it on this morning, flipped the visor down, and it was just white, you know, couldn't see anything. Okay, gotta clean it, because I'll be headed into the sun here in a couple of miles, and man, that is no fun. Oh, this weather is amazing. Love this weather. I would really like to get out for a moto camp this weekend, but I don't know if I can make it happen. I can't think of what to talk about this morning. I have no idea. It's going to be another one of those rolling rambles, diarrhea of the brain. I have no idea. Great time for kids to be out doing sports. Football, soccer, baseball, anything. Oh, fantastic weather. I've been doing a lot of car shopping lately, online, not in person. Window shopping, research, you know, whatever you want to call it. And looking at decent used cars, some new cars, but I don't really want to get into the whole new car game. You know, the prices are just so high, and they're going to depreciate like a stone, you know, just drop like a rock in the first 6 months or a year anyway, you know, after you purchase it. And they're not investments, they're liabilities. So I just, I can't see buying and financing a new car. The Pilot, we got that at the end of 2012, beginning of 13. It was a 13, brand new model at that time, of course. And I didn't want to do the finance game, so I just paid for that thing cash. And in retrospect, that was a fantastic idea, because I didn't need to carry full coverage insurance on it, you know, for the comp and collision and all that, which you are required to carry if a bank is holding the note. So that saved a ton of money. You know, we really enjoyed that car, truck, whatever you want to call it. So I'm kind of looking for another one, but I don't want to spend $50,000, which is what they cost now. That's crazy. I got a good deal on that thing 10 years ago when we bought it. It was the fully loaded touring model, you know, all the options. And I want to say the sticker on it was 43, something like that. 42, I don't know. Somewhere just a little over 40K. And I got the extended warranty on it and all that stuff, so that raised the price a little bit more. But I ended up paying like $7,000 under MSRP for that thing. So it was a steaming good deal. Brand new, of course, you know, no miles, no problems. I want to say I paid $34.9 for it, something like that, $34.5. I don't know. Pretty good deal. So, looking at new ones and then seeing the price now for the same trim level, whatever, I mean, they're $54,000 and change, and that's before taxes and all that stuff. So they've jumped pretty much 10 grand. Go, dude. Somebody barreling right up my ass, and this guy wants to stop to change lanes back here. What a dumb shit. Yeah, I can't see spending mid-50s on a SUV. I mean, Hondas do hold their resale fairly well, but come on. It's really just a utility item. It's not a fashion statement. I wish that we had good utility vehicles here, you know, just simple trucks and you know, $10,000, $15,000 cars, trucks, just basic stuff, because all you need them to do is carry you from place to place. It's not, I don't know how our society got brainwashed into thinking that they need $70,000 and $80,000 SUVs to carry their fat asses back and forth to work. I don't get it. How's that? I'm gonna have to be a little rude here. I do apologize. I gotta get over. I mean, everybody looks at, kind of looks down their nose and is condescending toward people that drive European cars, you know, and fancy luxury cars and all that kind of stuff. And they see, you know, people in whatever flavor of Eurotrash vehicle and go, oh yeah, you stuck up Soch, whatever. But they don't really put the numbers to it and realize that those luxury, quote-unquote luxury cars, you know, BMWs, whatever it is, you know, $65,000, $75,000, $85,000. Okay, yeah, well, that's a lot of money. At least it used to be. How much does a new Suburban cost? Check your logic there for a second. You got all these suburban housewives rolling around, carting their kids to soccer and stuff, and doing grocery runs and going back and forth to work in $90,000 American-built SUVs that fall apart and depreciate within the first couple of years. So check your logic. Realize how much that stuff costs and how much it's losing. It's not an investment. It's a fucking rolling fashion statement. Can't stand it. It's ridiculous. So I want a $10,000 car, $15,000 car. It's a utility. You get in it, you turn the key, put gas and oil in it, do the basic maintenance, and hope that it lasts 150, 200,000 miles. Pretty much any car built, you know, in the last 10 years, 15 years, should, without a question, last 150,000 miles without major mechanical problems. You know, American manufacturers and a few foreign, you know, European, have had some pretty stark quality control problems over the last few years, and they're failing in the first 30 or 40 or 50,000 miles. Yeah, that's a problem. There's no excuse for that. And living here in the States, a lot of people, you know, if anybody watches these videos and you're not here in the U.S., especially the southern U.S. or the less densely populated states, you think, well, God, you know, 100,000 miles, that's crazy. You know, that's 10 or 15 years worth of normal driving. Nah, bullshit. You can crank out 100,000 miles on pretty much any car down here in the South, in Texas, in lots of areas of the United States in just 3 or 4 years. That's easy. We're talking 25, 30,000 miles a year. That's no problem. Hell, there was a span of time for over 12 to 14 years, well, about 12 years solid, that I was turning consistently 65,000+ miles a year just commuting for work, not including any of my other fun rides, whatever. So yeah, it's easy to put down those kind of miles here because our distances are just so vast. I mean, my daily commute is 50 to 60 miles on, you know, most days, and that's just one location. If I go 2 locations, it's 100 miles, 120 miles round trip back to my house. I used to do several hundred miles a day hitting client sites all over Houston and sometimes out as far as Austin and whatnot on a daily basis. You can run a car or motorcycle into the ground in no time at all. So having inefficient or unreliable vehicles to do the task, it's just a bad tool. You know, all you're doing is wasting your money. So on that theme, dropping my soapbox rant, I was looking at new cars and I stumbled on the 24, 25 Nissan Sentra S base model standard. They offer a 5-speed manual. That's awesome. That is truly awesome because there are so few manual shift cars in the US now. They've all gone to CVT or full automatic slush box, whatever. And I think it's officially the cheapest new car sold in America right now, at $18,500 or something like that. So it's cheap, very cheap. Economy should be pretty good on it. The couple of reviews that I watched said that showed actually, it was, you know, POV driving, showed that the RPMs are pretty high at highway speeds because fifth gear is not very tall in that thing apparently. So cruising along at like 75 miles an hour, the RPMs were over 4,000 RPM. Shit, that's like motorcycle territory, man. A little 1.6 liter 16 valve dual overhead cam. So, but the guy, a couple of reviews that I watched, they were getting high 30 miles a gallon out of this, so that's not bad. You know, 38 to 40 miles to the gallon on the highway at 75. It's not bad. It's a good little basic commuter. That's all I need is a tool. I don't need a fashion statement. If I want something fancy, fun, whatever, I'll get a sports car. You know, I'll get a little convertible 2-seater coupe, something like that, of whatever flavor. That's a fun car, but those are discretionary spends. You know, that's a fun toy, not a utility item that you're going to beat the shit out of, hopefully. If we could go back to the late 80s, mid to late 80s with the old Nissan hard body pickup trucks, you could buy those Nissan trucks. They were almost indestructible, man. The engines in them lasted forever. 5-speed manual, basic as basic gets. They even had roll down windows. You could get them brand new off the lot for barely $6,000. It was amazing. A bunch of my friends had them in high school. Friends' parents had them, you know, and they would drive them for work or utility or whatever, and then hand them down to their kids for their first school vehicle, school truck, you know. It was good too because they had small cabs, you know, just a 2-seater, 3 if you had a small girlfriend in the center. So you couldn't carry a lot of friends around, and that's a good idea for crazy teenage kids. I know, I was one. I don't know where the marketing and brainwashing started, but everybody thinks that they've got to have a massive SUV or a fancy sports car, this or that. Why? Are you using it for its potential, its capacity? No. Most of the time, it's just carrying your ass back and forth. Some crazy number like 85 or 90% of all the vehicles on the highway are single occupant. Yes, I'm going to pass you. I keep speeding up when I come up behind you. Nope, I'm going. You're not going, I'm going. You can sit there all day long if you like, but I'm not obligated to sit behind you. People have often told me that I sound like Dave Ramsey, voice and expressions and stuff like that. I don't really hear it because, you know, your own voice inside your head sounds different. But I've never really watched a lot of his videos. I've seen a few where he talks about, you know, investment strategies and what not to waste your money on. And one of the ones that he always points out, first and foremost, besides credit cards, is cars. Don't buy expensive cars. It's just stupid. It's not an investment. 100% agree. It's always been that way. I've had a few splurgy, expensive cars for no reason other than I wanted to play with it, but I didn't keep it long term because they're too expensive to maintain, they're too expensive to insure. Just throwing money down the toilet, burning it literally. And it's hard for me to go back to that mode of thinking now. Oh yeah, man, I want a BMW M5, or ooh, I really like that M2 competition. They would be fun to have for a little while, I think, and I might enjoy driving it. But am I going out and doing track days? No. Can you use that car's potential, even a fraction of its potential, on the road in the city? No. Well, then you're all dressed up and no place to go. What's the deal? Is your ego so big that you just have to win those stoplight drag races? No, not anymore. I don't need that. I'll pass. Save some money. That's why I went into bikes, you know, decades ago. Man, I cannot understand or condone spending $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 on a car for just me. You know, it's just me inside that thing going around doing this. So why not get bikes? Bikes are less expensive. They're more efficient. It's just me on it. Well, okay, I don't need to carry a passenger, and that's what most of these bikes are anyway. It's just solo conveyances. So yeah, and I can get 10 of them for the price of a $70,000 or $80,000 sports car. It's simple math, man. I hear wee-woos. I hear sirens. Where are they? I have no idea where they are. Ruh-roh. Well, whatever the problem is, it is definitely parking the HOV. But I hear sirens. Where are they? Must be up here toward the left lanes, because the lane 1 out here is really clogged up with rubbernecking, so maybe it's either in the HOV or it's in lane 1. And this asshole in this Toyota keeps just flying right up on my back tire, most likely on their cell phone. You're not going anywhere any faster, I fucking promise you. Another thing I like about bikes, and older cars in particular, is lack of all the electronics and distractions. I mean, yeah, I like to have a nice car stereo, maybe a decent little, you know, entertainment system in the car for music and, you know, modern electronic integration, you know, for weather or maps or whatever. But that's about as far as it goes. I don't want all the extra nanny shit. I don't want the even traction control annoys the piss out of me. Anti-lock brakes, fine, okay, that's a safety item. But the traction control constantly intervening and cutting engine power when you're trying to pull out and the front tire slips just a little bit, piss off. If I spin the tire, I spin the tire. Leave me alone. Let go of my ears. I know what I'm doing. So, yeah. Bikes usually don't have a lot of that stuff, or it can at least be disabled easily. But the tracking is what I really don't like. All the constantly connected LTE, 4G, 5G telemetry being sent out without your knowledge or permission or ability to opt out of it. No, that's crap. Because they're selling that stuff to the insurance companies behind your back, and they can rate you however they want based on any kind of factor that you have no control over. Like, rapid braking or acceleration or this or that. Well, what if you have to rapidly swerve or brake to avoid a crash or whatever? Well, the car telemetry doesn't give that context. All they show is, oh, you're making rapid changes that are unsafe. And I go, fuck your hat. I avoided an accident, didn't I? And the bigger issue, which I think has hit me and why I'm really sour on it and bringing up the point, is my Honda Accord, that 2020 Accord Touring. It's, you know, got all the stuff, the built-in AT&T hotspot, all that crap, which I don't pay for. It's not activated anymore, but that doesn't mean that it's not always alive and sending telemetry, just like GM's OnStar and all that. And Honda has been caught lately doing a lot of underhanded shit in the background. Like if you plug in your mobile device through Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, it automatically downloads all of your contacts. Well, it asks for permission. Can we do this? Because that has to do that in order to answer phone calls. Okay, well, fine. So yeah, I wanted to be able to answer phone calls and do hands-free. Well, with that, they download all your contacts, your text history, everything else. It doesn't stay right there on the car. They're sending that telemetry out, that data out to servers somewhere else. And they've been caught doing this. And data forensics and analysts have looked at it and said, yes, that stuff is going out, and you have no way of cleaning it out or opting out of this practice. So they're spying on you all the time. And back to my point of why I'm sour on it, my insurance has gone up drastically in the last few years. And I understand my insurance going up after the two major wrecks back in 23. Both of them out of my control. I was not at fault, but anytime you make a claim, especially where your insurance has to pay anything, like uninsured motorist or underinsured, whatever it is, your rates are going to go up. Okay, so fine. But no, my rate was rapidly jumping before then, and it coincided exactly when I got that 2020 Accord, about 4 months after that Accord. Why? Because I wasn't driving it, my son was driving it, my wife was driving it, and they tend to drive, how shall I say, a little faster than I do, a little more abruptly than I do. Yeah, I drive with the speed limiter a little bit faster, so I'm not necessarily staying at the speed limit, but I'm staying with the flow of traffic. They don't do that as much. They tend to go a little faster, like a lot faster. So I think that's why my insurance rates have been going up. And why? Because I'm the registered owner of the car. It's in my name and my insurance. I'm not driving it, but the car doesn't know that. The telemetry that's being sent out to Honda and to the insurance companies is tied to me, even though I'm not there. So anyway, technology being used against us, not to help us. That's my problem with it. I want to go back to like early 2000s cars, you know, when you had fuel injection, anti-lock brakes, and that's pretty much it. There was nothing else. There were no crazy nannies reporting on you and automatically sending you emails. Oh, your car is past due for service. You're 421 miles past your oil change. What? How the fuck do you know that? Been breaking into my car at night, turning it on and looking at the odometer? Get out of my life. Mind your business. And then Toyota now, a couple of manufacturers, but Toyota has been in the news multiple times on not just performance vehicles, but all of their vehicles. They are denying warranty claims and all kinds of crazy stuff. When you bring your car in for service, they either download it from the computer or it's being sent real-time telemetry via, you know, LTE or whatever. If you speed, if you accelerate too hard, if you get too close to red line, you know, oil change interval, everything. They know everything about the car. And if they deem that you have driven the car too hard, they're denying the warranty. And this really started coming to light with the the Yaris racy one, the fancy one, I forget what it is, the little turbocharged Fast Monkey. The cars were catching fire and just self-destructing, and the factory would not warrant it, wouldn't warrant the repairs or replacement or anything, because they had driven it 15 miles an hour over the speed limit, or 20 miles an hour over the speed limit. Are you fucking kidding me? You can't get down a surface street here in Houston without going 15 miles an hour over the limit and not be run over by somebody behind you. Come on. Nanny technocratic state nonsense. I'm ranting this morning. With, you know, shopping for new cars, you're stuck in all this quagmire of techno shit that you don't need, don't want, certainly don't need to pay for, but they want to force it out of you somehow or another. And then the subscription services. BMW, oh, you want heated seats or heated steering wheel? Yeah, that's a monthly subscription now. What? Go fuck yourself and your Bavarian horse. Oh man, subscription as a service, you know, running on somebody's treadmill, that's just crazy. I don't know how people have tolerated that as far as they have. And in the digital media industry, everyone just kind of has come to accept it. But when it starts going to physical goods, tangible goods, no, it's taking it too far. I broke my own rule the night of my birthday, Tuesday night. My daughter and I were talking about movies, and I don't know how the conversation came up, but we were talking about funny 80s and 90s dramas and comedies and stuff like that, and I asked her if she had ever seen Grosse Pointe Blank, and she went, "No, what's that?" And I described it to her, and you stay on that side. I ended up buying it, because there was only a couple dollars difference on Amazon between renting it and buying it. So I bought a digital movie. Are you kidding me? You don't own anything. If they decide to take that thing out of their catalog, you're stuck. You want to take it with you on the road, you're stuck. You don't own shit. You have just leased the privilege of watching it on their network through their tools and their interface until they decide you can't have it anymore. She liked the movie, though. It's funny. I own it. I've got it on DVD, but I couldn't put my hands on it. Great show. Probably should have cut across somewhere, because this is quite the line of traffic. Ugh. Oh well, I'll live. Maybe, unless I get rear-ended. Good. Hungry. I don't know where we're getting breakfast this morning, but we've got a couple of stops to make. Hopefully I'll earn some money. Oh, that's a different way to do it. They've got their basketball goal on the back side of their fence with just the hoop at the fence level. Okay, that's all good, but what if you miss the backboard? The ball is in traffic. Guess that teaches you accurate layups, huh? Okay, well, I have arrived. I will catch you all for the afternoon commute. Oh. Okay, so here's the homeless person that made their encampment over here a whole home. I showed it on one of my videos several weeks back, and they're finally clearing them out. I don't know what the story is. It's kind of a strange deal. But on the video, you can see they're out here working the land and clearing the dirt and all kinds of stuff. And there's a mailbox sitting here in front of all of it, so I don't really know what to make of this, but 3 cops are finally here to say, no, you can't live here. Alright, welcome back. It's just about 1 o'clock, I think. I don't know, it might be 1:30, something like that. Right around 1 in the afternoon, and I'm knocking off early. We got done what we needed to do. Just a couple of little mop-up calls this morning. I had a nice breakfast at Good Company Barbecue over on is it West Park and Kirby. Get out there now. So that was good breakfast, and I didn't take pictures today. I was too hungry. Just ate it. I was halfway in it before I remembered, oh yeah, I was going to share a picture. I don't want to put it back on the plate like that. Might not be so pretty. The weather is just phenomenal out here. It's still low 70s. It's like 73 right now. It's just amazing. Love this weather. I was contemplating going over to the warehouse, rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic, but I don't know. It's getting late enough in the afternoon now that if I waste too much time at the warehouse, then getting home in rush hour traffic is no good, no fun. So I'll just leave that for tomorrow, maybe this weekend, spend some time over there and start tearing into that mess. I'm really getting motivated to just liquidate everything in there because it's all aged out so far, so long, that I question the usability, efficacy of any of that stuff in there anymore. With the way Windows has been forcing out all the old hardware because of processor requirements and everything else, most of the old workstations and servers that I have in there are kind of borderline not really gonna be able to play with Windows 11 and Server 2025 and all that. So yeah, I think it's time to... Are you going? Nope. Oh, you going? Oh. I think it's just time to get rid of a lot of that stuff. Pick your lane. Yeah, I've got, conservatively, this is no exaggeration, I've got at least 100 servers in there. 1U, 2U servers, all rack mount stuff. I've got a few freestanding servers, mid-tower, Dell PowerEdge T-series servers, probably a dozen of those. I can't even remember how many workstations and little PCs I've got in there. Probably still well better than 100. Just a lot of old aging hardware that's come from previous projects at customer sites where they did a technology refresh or whatever, and I took all the old stuff off their hands to do data destruction, wipe them out, refurb them, you know, see if I could find a home, keep them out of the landfill. But unfortunately now most of those are just not really going to play well with modern versions of Windows 11, which is what everyone wants to run. You could run Linux on it stuff. You could definitely run Windows 10, but you know, 10 is being phased out in less than a year now, so kind of running out of time. And this guy is really, really relaxed. Dude, move it. Wendy's, that's a place I've not eaten in decades. I got bad meat a couple times at Wendy's and a couple times at Hardee's. I don't know if any of you remember Hardee's. Carl's Jr. bought them out, and they pretty much went away down here in the South. But I don't know if it was a supplier that they were using common to both of them, but it was around the same time. So twice at Wendy's, twice at Hardee's, I got bad meat, and I mean bad, like made me sick bad. After that, I never went back. The same thing happened to me at Potbelly's Sandwiches here in Houston. 2 different locations. I had bad meat. I always got the wreck. The wreck was the greatest sandwich. You know, a lot of meat. It was like 3 different meats, 4 different meats, quite a bit of it. And it was really tasty. But at 2 different locations, I got bad meat more than once, and I mean seriously sick, like dysentery diet, blowing myself out on both ends for a day or two. And it wasn't just me. It wasn't, you know, like I'm hypersensitive or something, because other people that I was with also had similar digestive problems after eating there. USA truck. Has that brand been around forever? Because I remember having little toy trucks as a kid. I'm talking early 70s that had that logo on the side of them, USA truck. The star almost looks like an Air Force emblem of sorts. Flashback from my childhood. Itchy nose. We've got ragweed floating around here in the Houston area the last few days. It's not off the charts, but it's significant. Like the allergy, I don't know what the spore count is, but the allergy meter thing says like 4.8, and the main offender is ragweed. Ah, God, it's kicking my butt. Itchy nose, watery eyes. My wife has got it too. So I guess we're both getting more sensitive to ragweed as we get older. I've never gone in to have the full allergy panel done, you know, at an allergist where they stab up your arm with 900 little pokes and figure out what irritates you the most besides getting poked. I had friends in Oklahoma that went through all those tests because they moved from like the Northeast and stuff down to central US, and they were just sick all the time from all the pollens and ragweeds and all the crazy airborne stuff in Oklahoma. So they were taking steroid shots once every month, every couple months, something like that, and it fixed their allergy problems. But they had to go through that panel and figure out what was causing their issues. Probably do the same with our politicians, you know, put us in the same room with a handful of politicians at the same time, see which one irritates us the most. Might be a better way to vote. Fucking assholes. Get across there. Got me ran into from behind, all because some guy ran the light, and then this asshole overcompensates by slamming on the brakes and stopping the flow. Jesus. Gotta be on your toes in this city. Alrighty then, home again, home again. I'm gonna hang out outside and do some cleanup and work here, I think. I'm gonna de-mushroom my yard and rake again, I guess, because the yard guys still have not shown up, so I guess I gotta fire that lawn crew, get a new one. Anyway, welcome back Thanks for tagging along. Catch you next time. All that fun stuff. Ooh, hey, still on the edge of the pavement. Yeah. Maybe I'll do a live stream and you can watch me clean the detritus out of my garage, all the roofing crap. I'll catch y'all later.